Hello, my name is Yancy, and today's topic is mixed signals. As a woman, we have all experienced mixed signals, and it is enough to drive you crazy. And so I'm going to be telling you 3 of the top mixed signals and what to do. Should you stay or should you go? All right. So if you have been traumatized by the hot and cold, this is your video. Stick around. Now, if you want to go to the next level and you're a really awesome girly, you've got a friend or 2 or 3 or 5 that come to mind. Go ahead and hit that little airplane in the corner while it's live and share it with a friend. Say, girl, watch this. Okay. I may or may not say this. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, but I haven't done a live stream in a while. So hit that live stream share button. Let your friend know to watch it. If she doesn't catch it, her bad, but at least you try to do the Lord's work, okay? Hey, girl, hey, it's Boo to you. Said hello. Hello, TRSC. Good to see y'all. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Anthony. I haven't seen you in a minute. We are going to get into it, okay? All right, so let's get into the mixed signals. Per usual, I have my notes just off the screen, so I don't have ADD. I'm checking my notes so I stay on track because your girl is long-winded and I gotta stay focused, okay? All right, if you feel like letting me know where you're watching from, drop your city and state and I will say hello. If this is your first time catching a live stream live, comment newbie because that deserves to be celebrated. If you're an OG, you've been around, you caught the lives, comment OG after that, okay? After the first 60 seconds, I won't do any shout outs anymore because I will be diving into the content. But if you're just sticking around, oh shoot, I forgot to pin my comment. We are, oh, why is it not copying and pasting right? Hold on. Mixed signals. Dang it, it just deleted it. Stay or go, question mark. All right, here we go. Oh, she said, I love the hair like this. Thank you. Thank you, Celine. All right. Oh, we got a newbie in Tampa, Florida. Shout out to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love to have you on the live stream. I told my people that I used to be really generous with my live streams. And in 2025, I'm going to stop being stingy. I was stingy for a couple of years there. I'm not even going to hold you. But I'm going to be very generous in 2025 until I come to my senses again. Y'all better jump on the boat. Okay? Free game, free game, free game. All right. So mixed signals. No more stalling. We're going to get right into it. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. If any of you guys live on a rock, you don't know what mixed signals look like. It's a guy coming on to you. You know, it's very hot. And then you look up and he's a little bit cold. He says he likes you. He says he's feeling you, but then you barely hear from him. So what is happening? Are you being strung along? Is he confused? Did the dog eat his phone? You probably have called a friend and you're telling her every little detail and you're like, girlfriend, what's up? You don't need to call your girlfriend. You guys can still hang out and do other things, but I got you, okay? Dating Coach Yancy here, and I am going to break this down. She said, I might need to sign up. Oh, yes, you absolutely should sign up. Interestingly enough, guys, at the very end, I'm going to give you information about my course. This is a little sampling, a little taste of some of the stuff that you'll learn in my course. Just had a girl join today. Our next class is tomorrow. So if anybody has been wanting to take my course, I'll give you information at the end. Stick around. If you don't want to wait, just go to the link in my bio. It's called The Dating Manual. Okay? Okay, so mixed signals. Here is the first one, and I'm going to give you 3 in this video. The very first mixed signal is the lazy pursuer. Now, this is what gets women so confused. For women, we're either I like him or I don't like him. And most of us are all in. We're planning the wedding on week 2. Okay, so we go from like 0 to 1,000. So we can't understand the concept of sticking around a person. This is going to drive me nuts. If you guys are doing a drinking game, count how many times I fixed this color. But it's hard for us to understand like why somebody would stick around, give us attention and all this stuff and not want to move forward, right? Yeah, I was there. I was confused, but men can do it. Okay. I got to tell you this. We are amazing as women. We're cute to look at and we are a vibe to be around. We add color to their black and white world. So don't be confused as to why they want to stick around. It's because we're amazing. Okay. She said Amazon, no other. Hey girl. Okay. So don't read too deeply into it. So there are basically men who can be around you, but not see a future with you. So I just want to say that out the gate. So the first one is the lazy pursuer. 3 mixed signal dudes. So what happens is he starts out really, really strong, but then he puts in very minimal effort. He'll say things like, oh, work's been really crazy. I've been tied up, or I've got a lot of stuff to hang out. Let's hang soon. We ought to get together, right? He's not making plans. Well, here's the reality. There's a very good chance that this guy liked the idea of you. He thinks that you're really cute, but he doesn't like you enough, church. Let's say enough, all caps, enough. He likes you, but he doesn't like you enough to stay consistent or put in real work. It's kind of like a restaurant that you went to and the food was good enough, but it's like an hour away. I like the food. I don't like it enough to pay what they're charging and to drive the hour one way. Okay? Does that make sense? We can just go to the spot around the corner, easy peasy, whatever. So a man can like you, but not enough to put in the effort. So this is the lazy pursuer. And I want you to think about this. Do you want a man who doesn't think that you are worth the effort? You ever had a girlfriend in high school or maybe earlier and she always wanted you to come to her house? I had someone like that. Won't call out her name. But she always wanted me to come to her house. She always wanted me to have to pack my stuff, my overnight bag, and, come to her house and be out of my comfort zone or whatever, and would never come to mine. Okay? That's a red flag. Well, we're still friends 20 years later, so I, got over it. But this should be something where he's excited. He should be like, ain't no mountain high enough. Okay? One of the guys who met one of the girls through my page, shameless plug for the singles feature where a woman can post her picture and the guy can respond. He said, I have a private page. I have not been able to use my words today. I have a private page for men. And he met this girl. They now are married. They got married in May. But he drove 9+ hours to see her and did it not once, but multiple times. This man said, I've seen what I needed to see, and it's worth the effort. Men are hunters. Men do what they want to do. It's the same reason why guys will sit on the side of a lake for 4 hours with a pole in the water, because they are motivated to do so. Okay? But let me get back to it. So number 1, this is the guy who is a lazy pursuer, and I should hope that all the girlies on my page realize they are worth the time and effort, because a text takes this much energy. Okay. All right. Okay, number 2, if you're just tuning in, we are talking about mixed signals, whether you should stay or go depending on what he does, or should I say doesn't do, okay? Number 2, he's the emotionally conflicted guy. So in person, he's very attentive, but afterwards he's really distant. So maybe you guys finally got together, you hung out, and the date even seemed like it was going great. But then he disappears. He says things like, I'm just not ready for something serious, but I love being around you. I was laughing because Celine said, when I don't see much effort, I'm like, block party. I know that's right. Click who, what? New phone number. Who did? But yeah, so this guy wants to have the benefits of you. He wants to have a little bit of your razzle dazzle. Better not give him none of your razzle or your dazzle, but he likes to be around you, but he's afraid of commitment. He's afraid of intimacy, or it could be that he's not feeling the connection. This is what I tell the girls in my course. We cannot get mad if a guy is initially interested, finds us attractive, but after dating us is like, I don't know if she's for me, right? This is different than playing games. This is the guy who's like, I'm putting myself out there. I'm giving her an opportunity, for us to get to know each other. And it's just not it. Now, unfortunately, because a lot of trauma they've had with us, not to make it, excuses for them or say that it's right, but a lot of women don't take rejection very well, 1. And 2, some men are on that circle back ministry. They want to make sure they can circle back. So they don't want to slam the door shut. They want to gently, leave it a little bit open, okay? Just kind of push it too. But the point is that they don't cut it off. They don't say, I'm not trying to get booed up with you. I don't see a future with you. They don't say those words. So as women, it is our job to read between the lines. We don't blame men who give us mixed signals for wasting our time. We pull our, okay, if you guys have been around a while, you know we got big girl panties, right? I want you to pretend like this blanket is panties, the big girl kind. See how I got a good grip on the waistline? And you want to pull your big girl panties up nice and high right here, right? Pull them big girl panties up, because we can't afford to be in our feelings and be emotional and say, well, that's his job. No, if he gives you mixed signals, meaning it's gray, you walk away. If it ain't black or white, it's gray, walk away. We don't blame the guy for not saying the words, I don't want to be with you. No quiero estar contigo. Okay? You don't need to make that excuse. He's not doing what you need, so why are you still there? Exactly. Bye, bye, bye. Okay? So, whatever the reason is, he's not there, he's disappearing, or you have the guys who are, when they're in your face, they're giving, and then once he leaves your presence, it's like, you know, Blue's Clues, I'm looking for him, where is he, you know? But yeah, So, don't stick around, okay? His actions could change over time, but honey, you won't know, because his access has been cut off. Okay, we're going to move on to number 3. This guy is the controlling type. He uses inconsistency to hold power. He wants your attention, class, attention. It's ego-driven without giving commitment. He's the guy who says, I want my cake. I don't even want to eat it. I just want my cake. You are not his cake. You are not an option for him. You are not something to do. I call them STDs. You are not nobody's STD. Okay? Something to do. I'm bored on Tuesday. Oh, let me hit up Keisha. As I know Keisha gonna pick up. No, she's not, because Keisha watched my live stream now. You could try to call her. Doo-doo-doo. We're sorry. The number you have called is no longer in service. If you feel you've reached this recording in error, please check the number and call back. Or nah. Okay? No more access. I did a video a couple days ago and I said, your greatest superpower is your ability to cut a man off. We're not the pursuers. We're the recipients. And so we're like a door. You can open your door and accept what's coming your way, or shut your door. No, thank you. No, sir. I don't want that. Cut off your access. He ain't hitting the mark. You got to be this tall to ride this ride, which is a little side note. If you don't know how tall he needs to be to ride the ride, that's a problem. And what I'm speaking of is your standards, your deal breakers, your needs. If you're only going off of how thick his beard is, whether or not his beard connects, does he have side teeth? And my personal favorite, does he have subject-verb agreement? Woo! You can't get caught up and wait until you met him, because if he's fine, you're going to be like, that's my man, and have nothing on your list of requirements. You want 3 kids, he doesn't want any. You want marriage, he believes that marriage is just a thing on the paper. You believe in God, Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and you are filled to overflowing. And he's like, I'm spiritual. Honey, you need to have your information down before you see him, because you look into those eyes, you see those big old pecs, you see him towering over you and has a nerve to have a deep voice. You're going to have a hard time walking away. Okay? You can't wait no 3 months to figure out if you guys are compatible. You need to know your stuff right now. But I digress, which is why I have my notes so I can stay focused, y'all see. Okay. So this guy is inconsistent, and guess what he says? You're overthinking. When you say something, right? You're overthinking. You're crazy. You're reading into this. You're making something out of nothing. No, you have a way you want to be treated. And guess what? Our actual nervous system, biologically, chemically, our nervous system is out of whack when a man is not treating us right. Because we know what is normal. Consistency, consistent energy, consistent communication, You let him know what you need. He makes it happen. All these men who will gaslight and tell you different things. I'm about to do a reel tomorrow. The guy who's trying to rush your pace because he's trying to, Lauryn Hill says he only want one thing. He want that thing, right? He doesn't care about your feedback. He's not going to care that you're like, oh, I'm not quite comfortable with this yet. He's going to try to pressure you, gaslight you. Oh my God, are you a prude? What's the problem? Any other girl would, I don't care. Okay. But these guys are giving you clues. Your body doesn't feel at ease. Now, I'm not talking about a woman with anxious attachment styles who, he goes 2 hours without texting and she's freaking out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who is securely attached, who wants the most basic package. Call me consistently. If you say we're going to do something, actually do something. And fellas, if you're watching, if you're spying, shame on you. I'm just kidding. It's okay. You're welcome to be here because you guys can call me out. By the way, if you're new to my page, I welcome the men to call me out because I'm speaking on their behalf. I don't call myself the male whisperer for nothing. And I don't have 50% male followers for nothing. They are here to co-sign what I'm saying or call me out if I'm wrong, which I will completely and quickly correct myself because my goal is to bridge the communication gap and bring healthy men who want relationships together with healthy women who want relationships so you guys can build happy relationships and make healthy babies and name them after me. Okay, just kidding, but not really. So anyway, where was I? See, I told you I go in tangents. You need to be clear on what you're looking for. What was I saying? My last point? Clear on what you're looking for. Oh God, somebody help me with my last point. Oh, he'll make you think you're overthinking. You want the basic stuff. So you want him to make plans and follow through. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Thank you, God. Men, when you make plans, don't be in the we oughta club. Don't say, oh, we ought to get together sometime. We ought to do something. No, you say, pull out your calendar. Is Saturday the 22nd open for you? I would like to take you to this new spot I found on such and such street. Perfect. 8 o'clock, good? All right, I'll be by to pick you up. Boom. Now we ought to get together. Sometime we should hang out. We should kick it. I should have a date and a time and a dress code. The more we like you fellas, the more time we want in advance so we make sure we are bringing it. Okay? We wake up cute, but when we want to have a little extra razzle dazzle, we need time. She said exactly, take control. Take control. You want these feminine... Don't get me started. You want these feminine women who are submissive and follow and get on your program. Baby boy, you don't even have a program. How can I make it make sense? Pull up. Now, don't do it in an Ike Turner way, but say it with your chest. I'm taking you out. Make yourself available at 8. Oh, gave myself the goosebump. I wish a man would tell me, pull up at 8. Wear that little red dress that I like. Yes, sir. Bring out that feminine energy. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it out. Okay, let me get back on my notes. I swear I have notes. Let me get back to them, okay? Consistency is clarity. The biggest thing, if you say I can't afford your course, I can't take your course, okay, cool. Just learn this. Consistency is the information. Write the information down, okay? I'm not playing. Notebook, paper, pen. Tell me I'm lying. My girl aligned with Allison just shut down. Am I lying, Allison? If he is inconsistent, you need to go ghost. He should be over here like this trying to find you because you're gone. Okay? Inconsistency is your answer. That is not your indication that you need to call your friend, break it down, read the text messages. But, he just got out of a relationship and, he did go through this and he does have a lot on his plate. He's inconsistent. You should not be there. Deny him access. Okay? She said, no, man, got the Allison cosign. Come on now. Okay? If he doesn't occupy her time, another man will. Hello? But see, I love to put women in a position of power. We should not let the man decide. We should not be thinking through and asking a friend and asking ChatGPT. You should be saying, I don't want an inconsistent man because my nerves are shot. So I'm here to say you're not overthinking it. You're not overdoing it. You are not asking too much. You might not be asking enough at the bare minimum. consistency. That's like saying at the bare minimum, I want the restaurant to be clean and have a clean dish. That is the bare minimum. We haven't even gotten into how you cook your food. Okay? Bare minimum, be consistent. Masculine is all about, she said, I'm tired of the use of chat. I can't actually complain because I'm like the biggest addicted. I'm so addicted to ChatGPT. But men, they're supposed to be masculine in their frame. And just like the word frame, they are supposed to provide us with structure and support like a chair or a table. You are supposed to be able to rest in your feminine. How can you rest if you don't have anything to rest upon? Oh, for dating purposes. Yes, girl, look. Because it is biased for dating advice. You got to rest on something. Even if you're resting on the ground, you're resting on something. Feminine rests. So a man needs to create a safe space, an anchor, a structure, a space for her to rest in. Okay? So if you are showing up in her life, give her a safe space to rest in. And what makes us feel the safest is consistency. There are more things, but consistency is the bare minimum. Do you know how nerve-wracking that is if you go to get on a bus? If there's ever been a time you go to get on a bus and it's supposed to get there at 7 o'clock, and sometimes it shows up at 6:50, so you miss it. Sometimes it shows up at 7:15, so you're waiting longer than you need to be. If you say you're going to be there at 7, be there at 7. Be consistent. Okay? All right. So here's what you want to learn and take away from this lesson if you are a note taker. Number 1, he follows through. He says his words, his actions match. Bing! We have a match. Okay? He says something, he follows through. His words match his actions. Those are actually the first 2 things. The third, technically, is he doesn't make you question your worth. You should not be sitting here going, oh, is he into me? Am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? You should feel full. And again, I have to do a disclaimer. I wish I could do a ticker across the bottom. I'm not talking about anxious attached who need constant reassurance. I'm talking about he should make it clear. It should be I'm interested. I'm feeling you, girl. I'm trying to see where this could go. I'm trying to see you. I'm trying to talk to you. You should feel safe. You should not be questioning your worth. You should not be questioning how he sees you. There should be no questions. You should just be like, just deciding if you want him. That part. And last, he invites you into his life. Okay? Eventually, I'm not talking about after date number 1 or 2, but eventually you should start to see progression. You should start to see that he's gradually starting to incorporate you into his life. Don't talk to me if you have been talking to a dude for 3 years and you've never met his circle. I don't mean that in a shady way. I'm saying don't waste your time in a coaching session because a man, you guys, if you've ever met a man who is sincere in his pursuit of you, you will never see men the same way again. And you will never, ever lower your standards because that type of man is precious. They are precious. And I am trying to create a revolution of women who know who the beep they are, know their worth and understand what men will do when you stay on the pedestal that God put you on. Women are born on the pedestal. They're born on the mountaintop, and we could do things to lose our value or lower our quote unquote worth, our dating marketplace value. Men are born at the bottom of the mountain, at the bottom of the podium, and they got to work their way up. You are already there because you're breathing and living and blinking your eyeballs. Okay? You have worth intrinsically. Men go to war over women, for women's hands. Men build things for women. They perform for women. They boast for women. They accumulate wealth for women. If you don't believe me, look at a bunch of frat guys, right? If a guys are just hanging out and there's no woman around, they have the bare minimum. They're lucky if they have more than one lazy boy. They might pull out some lawn chairs. Okay? Nothing in the fridge, not a photo on the wall to be found. They're content driving whatever. Let there be a woman, suddenly cologne, suddenly best outfits, suddenly we're trying to show off who's got the bigger muscles, okay? If you let men do what they're supposed to do, they are going to compete for you. And I don't mean toxic, playing games and trying to chase. I'm just talking about a guy who sees you, he's intrigued, he thinks you're pretty, he wants to see if your energy matches your pretty face. He's gonna do, there's a reason, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough, right? The men want to do this stuff and they like that journey. So my goal is to teach women how to pull that out of men. The same way if I taught men, I teach men how to pull it out of women. I already gave you some cheat code, right? Set up a date, don't ask questions, make statements. I'm taking you out at 8 on Thursday, right? That's a statement, not, oh, if you could, I would really like to. Okay? There are things that men can do to stay in their masculine and it will evoke the feminine, okay? And I actually wrote a ebook years ago about this, you know, why women like bad boys. And there are certain principles that we are just naturally drawn to. It makes her say, meow, like whether we want to or not, and we got to fight it, okay? There are just certain things that cause polarity between the masculine and the feminine. And it's the same the other way around. In certain things that we could do as women will just open a man wide up. It's the reason why you can date one guy for 2 years, never goes anywhere. He says he's not ready for a relationship. And then 6 months later, he's with someone else and boom, he proposes to her. And now you're looking at their picture on Instagram. I'm like, yay for you. Okay. And so it's very important that you understand men, because most of us women, we've only been taught to focus on what we want in a man. This is what I want. These are my checklists. But then you meet the guy that you really like and he's like, you're not checking my boxes. Because a pretty face can only go so far. And the kitty cat, women are giving it away for free. So it's not like he's going to be pressed for, you know, he can get that anywhere. I mean, if he's got any kind of game, he can get it, right? Some guys are incels, but sorry, guys. Anyway, so it is your job. What I want you to take away from this is if a man is inconsistent, if he's doing any of the things that I've talked about in this video, walk away. If you want to become empowered, if you want to know that you know what you're doing in dating, I highly recommend you take part in the dating manual course. This is a course, it's 8 weeks long. I will walk you through step by step. Various modules include getting mentally prepared to date, because you absolutely need to start here, right? If it's not here, it won't come out in everything else you do. If it's here, it will trickle down. Tell you how to tap into your femininity. I will help you get your online presence in tip-top shape. I will have you understanding men completely. I will teach you how to vet. I will even give you the flirting technique that absolutely worked for me. It has a 100% track record. It works great. What else do I teach? What am I missing? The art of flirting. Okay. You will have so much information, and so many of the girls who have gone through my course are either in relationships or on the brink of getting married or have already gotten married. So this stuff works. If you have a pretty face, you already have guys' attention. But if you want to learn how to keep their attention, you have to understand these core things. So if you want to learn about it, it's called the Dating Manual. Click the link in my bio. If you want to learn more, schedule a discovery call. You'll have a call with me on Zoom, and I'll go over what it is. Make sure it's a good fit for you, because I don't want people just signing up for it. It's not a good fit. And that's about it. I am going to answer some questions. If you guys have questions, I meant to put this earlier. If you have questions, click the little plus sign below and you can put your question in there. If you run out of characters, which often happens, just send me a second one and start it with the number 2 so I know it's the second one or whatever. And ask me your dating questions. I will stick around for like 10 minutes if there are questions. If not, I'm going to wrap up. Okay. But while you guys are putting that, let me do a quick little paraphrase. We went through the lazy pursuer. He starts out strong, but he puts in minimal effort. Okay. He's not really showing up. Let that guy go. You have the guy who says, I like hanging around you, but I'm just not looking for anything serious, let him go. If you're just tuning in, drop me your question using the plus sign. Thank you. I will take all of the blessings. Thank you. And number 3, a guy who uses inconsistency as power and gaslights you and makes you think that you're crazy because he's all over the place, okay? And making it seem like you're just asking for too much. Consistency is clarity. Inconsistency is a message, and I want you to believe that message. If it's gray, walk away. A man's actions should match his words. He should have follow through, and he should make you feel comfortable and secure, and he should be slowly incorporating you into his world. Okay? So if there aren't any questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And if you guys enjoyed this, if you could go ahead and drop a little heart. And if I get, let's see, at least 3 people saying that they want me to repost this on Instagram, I will do so. Just comment the word repost, and then I will go ahead and post it. Otherwise, I will do my normal and put it on YouTube only. But if I see 3 reposts, I will put it there. Salt Dance Academy says, thank you, sis. Oh, Sonia. Hey, girly. That's my Cali girl. Okay, I got 1 repost. Okay. Do we try to decode mixed signals, or a mixed signal mean no? Absolutely, mixed signal means no. Okay, I got 2 reposts. Oh, 3 reposts. Okay, so I'm gonna post it here on Instagram. I'll also post it on YouTube because I like watching on YouTube. You can fast forward, whatever. Okay, so great question. We don't decode mixed signals. We don't want to spend any brain power trying to understand. A man who is really interested in you is going to make it crystal clear. So, do you know what your power is as a feminine woman? I mentioned it earlier, okay? You either accept or you reject. What does rejection look like if it's a guy you're getting to know? Well, you're less available. Maybe you guys are, talking all the time, and now you're not answering so quickly. Maybe you're not as quick to text back. He asked you out, I don't know. I'll have to see what my weekend looks like. We don't show up and give 100% when a man is barely showing up. And that's if you're just like, there's a little question. If he's inconsistent over a long period of time, peace out. Okay? And he might follow up and be like, hey, what's up, Heather? I just, it doesn't seem like you've been really showing up. You can say, oh, I couldn't really tell how you were feeling. And so, I don't really like to stick around where things are confusing. Don't be afraid to speak up. You will only scare off the wrong man, and you want to scare off the wrong men. It's like a screen door. You want the air to come in, but you want all the bugs and everything to be stuck out there. Don't be afraid to put up a screen. A guy who is genuinely interested will be horrified if he realizes that you were confused, and he will want to immediately clear it up. And I guarantee you, he's not going to slip up again. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be witchy, because you're not that emotionally attached, right? You just say, I wasn't really sure how you were feeling. That's if he notices the difference in you and asks. We don't need to initiate. At the beginning, we're in the observation phase. We're in the discovery phase. We are observing like somebody out in the Sahara, out in the desert, studying animals, or the safari, I was trying to say, out in the jungle. You're studying animals. You're not interacting with the animals and telling them, no, zebra, go over there. No, you're observing. Oh, okay. He comes down, he drinks his water. Okay. That's what you need to be doing during the first 90 days of dating. You're observing. You're not telling a man what he needs to do differently. Okay, I got a question that was dropped in my question queue. Hit the plus sign if you want to add your question. What do you advise for a situation where a guy doesn't believe in everyday communication? Okay, here's my question. What do you want? What kind of communication do you want? Do you want daily communication or sporadic communication? I hope she's still on the live. Let's start there. And look, I'm not fussing at this, sister. This is a perfect question. This question to me says, I am him focused. I am him focused. Hopefully she's still here. Can anyone see her name? Oh, you can't even say what her name was. Querida Toria? Querida Toria. It might even be a Spanish name, but it looked like a Spanish name. Okay. Maybe she's not here anymore. I know there's a little bit of delay with the live stream, but my first question, if you were on a coaching call with me and you spent your good coins and we were talking face to face, I would say, sweetheart, what do you want? And most likely she would say, well, I want everyday communication. Okay. This is a data point. Oh, this is a data point. Oh, he's not somebody who wants to talk every day. Oh, perfect. She says she's still here. So how often do you want to talk? Let me know. Okay. Now, if you want to talk every day, I want to give you this insight, okay? Because I don't usually recommend, kind of telling a man what you need. But I did a poll and I asked men, if you really are feeling a woman, not just kind of she's cute every now and then and got a nice little booty, but like you really like a woman, how often do you want to talk? Do you know that was one of the few polls that were unanimous? 100% of them said every day. And guess why? On a most basic masculine level, they want to make sure you're okay, that you're alive. The most basic. When a man starts to like you, he becomes protective of you. So at the very least, you want to make sure, he's going to want to talk to you every day. By the way, I'm going to try to remember your question, but if you guys put it in the comments, it kind of floats up the comment river. So if you want to ask it, make sure you post it with the little plus sign so it goes in the queue and I can make sure I go in order that it was received. Okay? So I would say this, you could pull back your energy a bit if you don't feel comfortable with that. And if he questions it and brings it up, then you could say, hey, Nicole, you could say, you know what? I don't know that we're necessarily aligned because I'm the type of girl, I like to talk every day. And that's okay if that's not your style. I understand. But if you've had the conversation, and he's saying, I don't want to talk every day, you need to say, is this my standard or not? So if you guys are watching back, earlier in this live, this is why you have your standard before meeting the man. So you have your ruler. Let's see, I got my actual ruler, right? You're like, this is what I need. Does he measure up? Oh, he doesn't measure up. Hey, now he might make adjustments. With my fiance, I was like, oh, no, we're not aligned. And he's like, would you mind telling me where we're not aligned? I was like, ooh, awkward. But I said, okay. And I said, duh. And he said, say less. They have to be motivated enough. Remember I said that earlier? They have to like you enough. Because it's not enough for them to find you attractive. A lot of people find people attractive. That doesn't mean you're investing in them. I think a lot of cute purses are cute and handbags are cute and shoes are cute. I'm not investing in them. But I'm like, oh, those are cute. I might even double tag them on my Instagram. I might even save them to my folder. But I'm not going and buying it. Okay? How do we answer this? So why are you single question? I love this question. This is my favorite. I say, because I ain't met you yet, handsome. And be just as goofy as that. Bloop. If you want to be more serious, you could say, I haven't met somebody who is aligned with what I want. I would like to ask you the same thing. Why are you still single? Throw it right back at him. It's so funny how people are single. Can't believe that someone else is single. You're single. But I would do the playful route. Always go playful when you can. Go playful. Any other questions? We are doing dating questions. Oh, let me add this in here for those who are just joining in. Dating Q&A. Drop your questions. Pin this new one. I'll give it to the top of the hour unless more people ask questions. But great questions so far. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. I might just post it there. Unless someone just really wants it on Instagram. But maybe I'll do both. I don't know. Yeah, go playful. Always playful. And if you take my course, you'll know why playful hits different with men. Y'all, I want everybody to take this course. I want everyone to have the cheat code. Y'all, women should be just like queens on the throne. And not that fake stuff like I'm a queen. Like, no, actually just sitting back in your feminine, resting in it. It is magical. It is powerful. You think of people like Esther in the Bible, okay? This is a little toxic, but think of like Delilah, right? All the power that she had. Herod's wife, right? Got him to behead John the Baptist. Got her husband to do that. Okay? Esther is having a king run the whole kingdom. Like, we are designed to be powerful and loved and cherished and adored but you don't know how to evoke that treatment if you have not been told. Maybe your daddy didn't teach you. Maybe he just didn't know how to explain it. Maybe your mama, had an unhealthy relationship, so she doesn't really, feel good about men, and so she never taught you. Baby, life is fun when a man adores you. Okay, how long to pursue a long-distance relationship when one is a caretaker? So meaning the woman is the caretaker. How long to pursue a long distance relationship? Okay, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. It has to be what you feel. So every long-term relationship needs to have an exit strategy. It needs to have two things: an exit strategy, and you gotta have a bank, because it is not cheap flying and flying. Everyone's like, there's always planes, trains, and automobiles. Yes, but they cost a lot more than gas going 20 minutes up the street. Okay, but you need to have a long-term exit strategy. The man is a caretaker. Okay, so if it wasn't a long-distance relationship, does that mean that you would be living with him, you'd be in his area, or he'd be coming to your area? Because I'm confused on what the caretaker part is. And by the way, if anyone wants to come, because it's easier for me to answer questions if you guys can give more details in real time. So if you do want to join the live stream, you don't have to come on camera, okay? Because I know the girls will be like, I'm not camera ready. You could join the live stream, but just hit the camera button to toggle it off. But I do have questions about this caretaker question, so I can answer it, great. This is why I don't answer questions in the DMs, because I'm like, I have so many follow-up questions. Do a session instead. Okay. But yeah, I want to know how the caretaker thing plays a part in you guys watching. There's a delay, so when she hears it, it's gonna be like 2 minutes after I've said it. It's 5.5 hours of driving and cares for his widowed mom. Okay, so he's not able to come see you as frequently as he wants to because he's caretaking. So that would be a conversation that I would have with him. Like, what are your plans? I would not be afraid. I don't know how long he has been talking, but I would not be afraid to have the conversation and say, how long do you plan on us being long distance? Okay, mom is 89. Yeah, I would say, how long do you plan on being long distance? And if it's that long of time, you might have to find some compromises. Maybe he sends you some gas money and you do that drive, or you get, on a train or something like that. Well, no, 5 hours. Oh yeah, driving. Or maybe it's a flight, a quick 1 hour flight. I know when I was in LA, it was a 4-hour drive to Vegas, but that was an hour in the plane. Maybe he does that, but I would have that conversation with him. And then what you do is you say, if that's too long for you. I know for me, when I was doing long distance, I told my guy I would need, the frequency I would need is to be seeing each other at least once every 30 days. At least. Either I'm coming to you, you're coming to me. That's what I'm comfortable with. So this goes back to your standards before you meet the guy, right? Again, not fussing at you guys, but a lot of times we wait and see what the man wants to do instead of saying, what do I want first? What am I comfortable with? Because what if he says, well, I just want to, keep doing long distance for 8 years, or God forbid, until I'm not doing this anymore, if you know what I mean. And that might not work for you. So maybe you would rather a situation where, you temporarily relocated over there or what have you. But that's a question I would not be afraid to ask if you guys are already in a relationship, but it's just long distance. Again, it's what works for you. I want you guys to be so okay with tapping in with yourself first. What works for me? What am I comfortable with? And when a man is motivated, here's the E word, enough, he will rise to meet you. How many of you are Beyonce fans on here? Put Beehive or BH if you're a Beyonce fan. I hate asking questions live because it's like a delay. But how many of you are Beyonce fans on here? Put Beehive or BH or Beyonce, whatever you want to put. Or a microphone emoji, I don't care. Just let me know how many of you are Beyonce fans, or hit that heart button. I want to do a little exercise here. No Beyonce fans? I got to figure out the exact amount of time for the delay so I can figure this out. Ladies, it's never that serious. If he wants you, he'll go to you to go to your level. That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay? So let's just say, I'm tired of waiting for the catch up. But let's just say you guys are huge Beyonce fans, right? There we go. Now they're coming in. Okay. She said Beehive. She said, no, not a fan. Okay. Not everyone's a fan. I'm not really a big Beyonce fan, but a lot of people who are Beyonce fans are really, really big. Okay. So see, absolutely love her. Imagine if Beyonce said, I'm going to do a private performance for you, and I just need XYZ, right? Like I need some fans or I need, a burger and whatever. Would it be a question? Like you'd be like, I don't care if it's an hour away. Like you're going to do a private performance? What? Right? You would not be questioning. But because she knows her, I know you are a fan. Love it, Sonia. Because she's who she is, she understands her value. And here's a perfect thing, because we had Ebony say she's not a fan. She doesn't care that there are some people who aren't fans. There are some people who are like, I wouldn't drive 5 minutes. But that's how dating is. One person is like, oh my God, I am the president of a fan club. Whatever you need, I got you. And you have other people who are like, meh. And then you have people like me who maybe if she was in town or like maybe someone invited me on a date, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll go. But it's not like, woo, for me, right? That's how men are. Some men are like, oh, she's cool, she's cute. I don't mind hanging out with her. Oh, but she wants to talk every day? Oh, she wants to hang out once a week? Oh, no. Right? So you need to realize that for some man, you are his Beyonce. And it is an absolute honor to do what he needs to do to have access to you. If you don't understand that having access to you is a rare privilege, well, maybe because it's not a rare privilege because you're letting everyone have access to you. I'm just saying. But you need to understand that it should be a rare privilege to have access to you. You always make sense. Kudos to you. Oh, thank you so much. Can you imagine if people could just pick up Instagram and call my phone on Instagram and I just picked up and did hour-long sessions? People would not value it. People would take it for granted. It's like when I do free discovery calls, to see if they want to be in my program. People were canceling left and right back in the day before I started filtering them, right? Screening, because they didn't. No, a better example would be my workshops. Child, I put on a free workshop. And if this is a live stream that I did spontaneously, can you imagine a workshop that I actually put time and effort into and a presentation with visuals and it's an hour long? I'll be working my butt off for that. But if I do it for free, child, folks be standing me up. Okay? You have to value yourself. I know my worth. So if you want time with me, I put in my time. Blood, sweat, and tears. Learn everything the hard way. Some stuff I was taught. But 10 years, no. I'm charging for my time. Okay? And you need to have the same mentality. I can't work the question thing on here. Okay. But I have another question. How far should we travel to meet someone on the first date meeting? Come on, girls. What am I going to say? And I get it. This isn't a trap because I asked you for the question. What do you think I'm going to say based on my other girls' questions and my answers? What do you think I'm going to say? How far do you want to travel? You want him to pick you up from your front porch? I wouldn't recommend that if he's a stranger. Come on, gift from heaven. Yes. Come on. See? We are by default. That's our feminine nature. We want to accommodate. We want to work with. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Start with you. What are you comfortable with? Just had this exact question like 2 days ago in my group, because you get a private group chat with me if you're in my group for the 8-week program. And she had a guy who, let me change the city. So she's somewhere where there's like a big city here, and then a couple hours later there's another big city. So she opened up her dating parameters to include the other city. And so she kept getting guys who were like, come to my city. And she's like, I realized that I like at the beginning for the guy to come to me. Okay. Same state, 32 an hour. Okay. Yeah. So this is what you can say. And I always like a little shoulder shimmy, a little eye contact, a little hair, a little play with the hair. You could just say, if he says, where do you want to meet? Are you willing to meet halfway? You could say, okay, can I tell you a little secret? It really does something for me when a man, comes to my neck of the woods, at least at the beginning. Don't speak. Sip your water. See what he says. If it's a text, put the little wink emoji, a little emoji. Goddess energy, queen energy. I really love that. What you're saying is, I need men who are this tall to ride this ride. And he's going to look and say, nope. I'm not either. I don't want to be there, or that's not where I am. We want to weed men out. The biggest downfall we have as women is tying our value to being picked. Because when you tie your value to being picked, when you're not picked, you go, it's takes your ego down. Oh, I must not be that great because I'm not being picked. Oh, no. If you're a Louis Vuitton, not everybody can purchase you. Louis Vuitton does not care as how many people walk away and don't purchase. Okay? I did a video the other day. Are you a gas station flip-flop? 2 for $1? Or are you Louis Vuittons? Not everybody is going to be up to par. But that means Louis Vuitton doesn't go, oh gosh, a couple people walked by the window and kept pushing. We better lower our prices. We better change it. That just says that's not your ideal customer. And marketing is your avatar, your ideal client. Let me go back to the story I told earlier on this live stream. The man who met one of the men who met the woman, met his wife. Yes, they got married in May. Through the singles profile where the woman put singles feature, where she put her picture on the men's page, and he said, I like what I see. 9+ hours to see her. It's so funny. I did a typo when I told their story for the first one. I was like, oh my God, he drove 9 miles to meet her. And they were like, that's not that impressive. And I was like, I mean, hours. And he did it multiple times. My honey got a U-Haul truck, went to California, moved myself. He physically himself picked up my stuff, put it in a U-Haul, and drove from California to Texas. Just saying. But that man was motivated. So you have a filter, you have vetting to vet out those who are not serious about you. Remember, they have to be interested enough, not just interested. And I'll leave with this example. When I talk about interest and attraction, it's like an accident on the side of the road. I could be interested to see, but what is it? It's from a nosiness perspective, a self-serving motivation. I'm nosy. I'm interested to see what's happening. I'm not interested enough, concerned enough to get out of my car, pull over, stop, make sure they have assistance, make sure they have a phone to call. Is anybody hurt? I'm not interested enough. But look at all the people looking, giving attention. Thousands of cars giving attention. No one's stopping. So just because a man gives you attention, who cares? You're going to get attention. Look at your booty. It's big. Waist is snatched. Face card never declined. Of course he's going to give you attention. But he's not interested enough to do what needs to be done. All right, y'all, that's going to end it for me. I've been on here a minute. Oh, it's been exactly an hour and 1 minute. So I think it's about time I get off. If anyone here is interested in learning more about the dating manual, head on over to my link in my bio. She said, thank you for dropping these gems. Thank you so much for watching. You guys, if you are unable to do the live program where we walk through one by one, which, by the way, I'm not going to be doing another one for a very long time. I am rolling out a do-it-yourself course where you can go through, purchase the course, Go at your own pace, watch each lesson, move through each module, print out the worksheets, go through, do it yourself. I have had to turn down so many people for whatever reason. I get a lot of people from South Africa, but I'm like, honey, it's 2 a.m. your time when we meet. So I am doing a online program, self-paced. So research that. DM me if you want to be on the list when it gets rolled out. I'll make sure I message you because Instagram be hating and everyone doesn't see my posts. But I could send you a link when it comes out. Extremely affordable. It's what you would spend on like 2 brunches, okay? But you will get the 8 module course. It has major impact. Like I said, so many women are now in relationships. Some are about to be engaged. Some are already engaged and some are already married. Gift from heaven. She said, we love what you do, Yancy. Thank you. Love back to you. Thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Nikki, you have a great evening. And I will talk to you guys later. If you missed this beginning, I'm going to be posting it on YouTube. It does take a minute to download it here and then upload it on YouTube because it's a lot easier to watch it there, but I will have it there. The link will be in my story. Have a wonderful evening. Good night, ladies.